Hello friends, today I came with new video on the topic of artificial intelligence general lecture 2. So here in this video we will discuss about the beginning era of the AI from 1956 to 1970, and that era was dominated by symbolic AI. We will discuss later more about these words. And basically this period from 1956 to 1970 marked the birth of artificial intelligence as a formal field of study, a uh, time fervent optimism and groundbreaking discoveries that led to the foundational concept shaping the AI today. And now this era was known as revolutionary possibilities, and that particular time period. So the context of the revolutionary possibilities was like that, emerging from crucible of post-war computation and cybernetics. What does it means actually? The evolution of the artificial intelligence starting after the World War II due to the development of uh, computation of cybernetics means science of communication and automatic control system in both living thing and machines. Now, this era witnessed the first serious attempts to create thinking machines. Also, researchers debated the very definition of intelligence itself, but there is possibility of mechanical mind seems interesting within reach, and fueling an unprecedented wave of innovations and interdisciplinary collaboration. It means that actually this kind of innovation never been developed before that time. And what these contexts make a made a promise for scientists, and the today uh, we are clearly visualize the development of those contexts. And now scientists believe that where every aspects of learning and intelligence could be precisely described and simulated by machines. Also, uh, uh, this conjecture drove a generation of researchers to explore the uncharted territory, but their work would establish a model that continued to influence artificial intelligence research a decade later also. Now, what is the takeaway points here? Post World War II, computational development and cybernetics led to the uh, emergence of machine intelligence. And then we already discussed in our previous video. In 1956, Dartmouth conference was a actually key initiation point of the artificial intelligence. But there is a important aspect of the birth of artificial intelligence. Actually, that was not actual Dartmouth conference, but that is actually main and first foundational step towards the artificial intelligence evolution. But before that, I will discuss about the Alan Turing, who was the actually first founder member of this kind of artificial machine intelligence. Now, as we are aware already in previous video, they in at Dartmouth conference, scientists gather and discuss around 6 weeks in this workshop. And this workshop organized by mathematician John McCarthy, and he brought together the all brilliant mind there at that era to explore the machine intelligence. And he coined the term artificial intelligence in his proposal, defining the field and ambitious research agenda for decades to come. Now, the mission focus areas include symbolic reasoning, problem solving, and natural language uh, those are the foundational pillars of the AI research at that time. Now, what are the takeaway points here? So, the Dartmouth Conference was the first uh, foundational step toward the emergence of artificial intelligence, and that lead to the idea of artificial intelligence. And group discussion hold around 6 weeks. And then now the most crucial thing here actually we have to discuss. Everyone knows the John McCarthy was the uh, first founder member of artificial intelligence word. That is actually totally true, but if you are going to the detail analysis of the artificial intelligence, actually uh, main originator of the artificial intelligence was Alan Turing, because he published a paper in 1950 uh, that and with the title of that paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, actually. And he clearly mentioned machine uh, can think itself, often uh, often regarded as the father of computer science. And he proposed the concept of universal machine, Turing machine, and capable of performing any logical computation. And his paper, 1950 paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, posed the famous question, can machine think, and laid to the foundation for logical reasoning in machine. But unfortunately he was died in 1954, and so his efforts and his idea could not explore the further. But the other scientists inspired like John McCarthy and another, and they started thinking and working on this area. That's why they held a Dartmouth conference and started again this idea in 1956 at Dartmouth conference, as we know that. So what is the takeaway point here? So first AI idea proposed by Alan Turing in his 1950 paper. Now uh, we will discuss about the symbolic AI machine that reason, actually. So here the dominant model of this era posited that intelligence could be achieved through the manipulation of symbols, mirroring humans, and cognitive process through logical operation. Like, what are the cognitive process here? We can understand attention, we are at attention, and then languages, and then learning, memories, perception, and then thoughts. So these are the cognitive process where actually every human being uh, already working. Similarly machine can work in that cognitive way. So, and then logic logic operations like or and not in or any data point present inclusive, while in and all data points are present exclusive, and in not one data point is present but not other. So here in 1955 to 1956, logic theorist proves mathematical theorems by using Principia of Mathematica. And then in 1959, General Problem Solver (GPS) introduced means and analysis of the broader problem solving. Actually, I will discuss later in slide about these things. And then impact the impact of these logic theorists and GPS problem solver demonstrated by machines could perform tasks requiring human intellect. And what is the takeaway point here is symbolic AI and logic operation, that those parameters or uh, those uh, foundational big invention at that particular time was the biggest achievement, where machine can work based on the human intellect. So now we will discuss about the scientist behind symbolic reasoning and cognitive science at that time. So pioneers of symbolic reasoning, first is Alan Neville, and he was actually co-creator of logic theorist and general problem solver, and pioneering problem solving architecture at that time. And he collaborated with Professor Herbert A. Simon, and they contributing actually both together in the development of the logic theorist and general problem solver. And later Professor Herbert Simon won the Nobel Prize in economics, because he also was a economist also at that time, and psychologist also. He was working on the cognitive psychology. So because he know how we can human mind work together with machine. So that is why he had collaborated with Alan Neville, and they were both together and invented those big achievement at that time, logic theorist and GPS. And by using the logic theorist, they could actually solve the, I think, more than 50 mathematical theorem from Principia of Mathematica. And their work separated strategy from knowledge, and a crucial conceptual breakthrough, as we know that. And now we will discuss about the machine learning emergencies. So here uh, Arthur Samuel's breakthrough, where in 1959 he was a IBM researcher, and he coined the term machine learning while developing a checkers playing program that could learn from its mistake and improve over time. His program became proficient enough to challenge human checkers masters, providing compelling evidence that machines could learn from experience rather than explicit programming. And what is the new paradigm? So this represented a foundational shift. Instead of programming every rule, machines could discover patterns and strategy through gameplay experience. Samuel's work demonstrated that learning algorithms could adapt and improve, foreshadowing modern machine learning approaches. So now we will discuss about the perceptron revolution. Actually, Frank Rosenblatt, he was a psychologist, and in 1958 he introduced perceptron, a single layer neural network inspired by biological neurons. And this mathematical model could learn a classify patterns, speaking immense excitement about thinking machine that might learn like a human brains. And then Lisp, the language of intelligence, actually invented by the Professor John McCarthy in 1958. And this was the biggest achievement at that particular time. And this idea could express to solve the complex problems. And his innovation uh, abilities to manipulate the symbolic information and its flexible recursive nature made it ideal for AI researchers. And the legacy he actually made that time, it became the preferred language for the AI researcher for decades, and remains influential in modern programming also. Now we will discuss about the first intelligent robot Seki. As we know that this was a revolutionary achievement. And in 1960, Stanford Research Institute, now SRI International, developed by developed a Seki robot, was the first mobile robot to perceive, reasons, and act automatically. So Actually, this robot perceived environment through cameras and touch sensors, and then reasoned about its own actions using logical plannings, and navigated complex environments independently. A significant milestone integrating perceptions, reasoning, and action in a single system. So here, legacy of the foundational era from 1950 to 1970. This is around 2 decades development of the AI. So first is the symbolic artificial intelligence, where we understand how the logic and reasoning system that shaped decades of the researcher of AI. And then came neural network came, and its work on the perceptron theory, and led to the ground work for deep learning revolution. And then programming languages, Lisp enabled the expression of complex AI concept. And then machine learning from experience become a core paradigm. And then autonomous system, Seki pioneered integrated intelligent robotics. So those development between 1950 to 1970 actually become a biggest achievement of that particular era, and they had contributed a lot. And also a uh, they capable to show a new pathway in this particular artificial intelligence and machine learning cutting edge research development, and which could make them what AI nowadays. So now let's discuss some of uh, basic mathematical theorem working behind these technological development 1950 to 1970. So first is perceptron learning rule. So basically this given by the scientist Frank Rosenblatt. So he proposed perception was a linear classifier, and it was an algorithm that could learn to make binary decision, like for example, a is 0 or 1. Is this a 0 or 1? By adjusting its weight. The equation, the weight update rule, the core of perceptron was not just its output but its learning rule. This rule defines how the machine learns from its mistake. The weight update rule is this equation, and what is the means of the each symbols here. So wit plus 1, the new adjusted weight of the input I, and wit, the old weight of the input I. Alpha, the learning rate, a smaller number, for example 0.1, 0.2, that controls how big the adjustment is. And D, the desired or correct output, for example 1. And yt, the actual output of the perceptron gave, for example 0. D minus yt, this is the error. If the answer was right, 1 minus 1 0, no change is made. If it was wrong, then 1 minus 0 1, so definitely a change is made. So x, and then xit, the value of the input I that mistake led to the mistake. And then second algorithm, A star, developed in 1968. This equation is foundation of modern pathfinding, and it was used everything from Google Maps to video game characters finding their way around a map. And the scientists who developed and used this algorithm, Peter Hart, Nielsen, and Bartram Raphael at the Stanford Research Institute SRI. And they proposed to find a shortest or lowest cost path between a starting point to a goal point in a graph or a map. Now we are using the Google Map, so this the idea of coming from these scientist efforts actually. Now we are taking the benefit nowadays. And the equation, the cost function A star, decide which part to explore next by calculating a cost for each possible nodes square on the map. So the cost function is and the equation of this algorithm is fn goes to gn plus hn. And then what is the meaning of this function? So fn is total estimated cost of the path from the start point to the end point and going through the node n, and the algorithm always explore the node with the lowest function fn, and gn the actual cost of the path from the start node to the node n, and this is a non measured values. And then function hna, the heuristic or educated guess, estimated cost from node n to the goal point, and this is the intelligent part of the algorithm. So now third algorithm developed and formalized for AI, while the core theory game theory is older at that time, but the basic idea coming from that, and its application and formalization as a practical AI algorithm for two-player games was a key achievement of this era, most famously used in Arthur Samuel's checkers program, which started in the early 1950 and was continuously improved. So what is the purpose of this algorithm? So purpose is that to determine the optimal move in a two player or zero sum game like checkers, chess, or tic tac toe, where one player's gain is the other's lose. So now you can understand it's easily here. One will be a loser, so other will be the gainer. So the equation they use, so this was a actually mini Minimax is an algorithm that explores a tree of possible futures move. Its equation is a recursive relationship like that Vn cos 2. So here they use some kind of set theory where maximum k value belongs to children and vk if n is maximum node our turn, and minimum k belongs to children and where vk if n is minimum node opponent's turn, and utility n if n is the terminal node end of the game. So what it means, Vn is the value or score of a particular game state n, and maximum node on our turn we choose the move the child node, and that gives the maximum possible score. Minimum node, we assume on our opponent's turn they will choose the move that gives the minimum possible score for us, and utility a score for the end of the game, for example +1 for a win and -1 for a lose, or 0 for a draw, as we already actually visualize those things in game. So friends, this is our today video here, and